Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host, DJ Kitty, here with my co-host, Miss Morningstar from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. It is Thursday, May 22nd, and it is a wonderful day to be alive. It's time to get started on everything. It's time to start your day off right. I hope everyone has had something to eat, a cup of coffee, some water, and come on in. Let's talk about it. Today's going to be fun. We've got some really good topics to talk about. And not only that, we are going to dive into, I guess, celebrity gossip. You know, this is the fun time of the show where, we just talk about what's going on, in local news. So we're going to hop right into it. Happy Thursday. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, sister. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Happy
Happy
Thursday.
Friday Eve.
Friday.
Getting ready for the
Yes.
weekend.
And it's a
almost
holiday
here.
weekend.
Yes, it's an extended weekend. So,
And we're off on Monday.
yes, we are. So, y'all make sure y'all enjoy this long weekend. Hopefully, y'all will be, enjoying time with just family or whatever you plan on doing. It is Is it Memorial Day weekend?
Memorial
So
weekend.
you can memorize people you love and just, celebrate them with some good soul food or some good
Yes.
eating.
Barbecue it is for me.
That's right, and family time. That's the reflection.
It is my sister's birthday on Monday, so
Oh,
I
good.
celebrate my big sister.
Nice.
My big little sister, because she's shorter than I am, but she's still a big sister. Most people are shorter than I am, so it's all good. It's all good. Anywho, so we're gonna start our show, but before we start any show, we start with positive affirmations.
Yes,
We get
ma'am.
our
We
positive
do.
affirmations from our affirmation queen, Mrs. Morningstar. So what do you
Yes,
have
yes.
today?
So
What do you have?
let me get into it. I'm here, but I'm trying. I got to get my little template pulled up because y'all know I like to prepare a little different type of affirmations for y'all. So this today I wanted to talk about. I always give you like positive, and I'm going to give some positive thoughts, but just how do you use affirmations? Convenient places for your affirmations. You can do it in a mirror, you can do it next to a computer, closet door, on the wall, exercise equipment, screensaver, ceiling, fridge, whatever you feel like you can stick an affirmation there, stick it there. You know, say them in the morning when you wake up. Make it part of your daily routine. Look in the mirror, speak your affirmations at yourself, because it's like you got to speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Incorporate them in your meditation. If you do a meditation, a meditation routine in the morning, include an affirmation or two in there. Also, final thoughts, affirmation on for peace. So at night before you go to sleep, so you have peaceful sleep, kind of speak some positive thoughts of the day or affirmations. And some of these short phrases they could significantly change your trajectory of the day by using some of these. So here's just a few. You can say, I grow and I improve every day. I appreciate the opportunities I've been given. My life is full of potential. I give myself permission to be myself. I have the power to change. I am courageous. I am allowed to have needs and take up space.
Take up space.
I'm valuable. I am worthy of love. I am enough. Nothing can disrupt my peace. I'm 100% relaxed at this very moment. I choose to think positively about what's bothering me.
Absolutely. You know, I was thinking it's now nearing the end of the school year,
Mm-hmm.
but and I pray over my grandson every day before he walks out the door. But and I try and, remember to remind him that he's a king and stay connected, and you're representing us, but we also have to speak positive affirmations to our little ones just as well.
We do.
We do. It's important for them to hear and get into the habit of telling themselves that they're okay. They're
Yes.
different, even if they're different, even if they're different from everyone else in their class, you are okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's speak some positive affirmations over our little ones as well. I want to say good morning to our YouTube chat. Thank you so much for joining us. I see Foxy to Roxy 3 out there and Melbo, and I know the rest of the gang are coming on in.
Welcome in, you guys. Welcome,
And
Foxy. Thank you for coming to the show for the first time. We
absolutely,
appreciate having you.
absolutely. So let's hop right into it. We have some weather. We have some weather that we want to get
All right,
into.
let's go.
Holly Springs, you got a high of 82, a low of 54 today. Mostly sunny, about a 5% chance of rain. You have winds out of the north northwest, about 7 to 10 miles per hour. So it's not as windy as we are accustomed to. Your grass pollen count is very high. Your mosquito count is very high. Air quality is good though. Humidity is going to be 55% in the morning and 73% in the evening. As far as rain and showers that we've experienced over the past couple days, I think we're pretty much in the clear. I'm hoping for a good weekend for you guys in Holly Springs. I know there was a couple towns in Mississippi that were impacted by tornadoes, so our prayers go out to those people. Please stay safe. Memphis, Tennessee, you've got a high of 80, a low of 57, partly cloudy. Winds out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your mosquito count is high. Grass pollen is very high. Air quality is good. Humidity is about 57% in the morning and 68% in the evenings. It's because of all this rain that we've been getting. And Texas, come on, hot Houston, Texas. Hot Texas, that's what we call you. Heat. We need to change the name from Houston to just heat. Heat, period. High of 93.
Hi.
A low of 76. Feels like temperature 102, 103. Partly
Mhm.
cloudy. Winds out of the southeast, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Humidity in the morning is 64%. In the evening, it's 81%. We're over it, Houston. No, I don't like
You
it.
already know it just starting to
It's
like
just
they
now
just
starting.
just lit a little bit.
Yeah, not even close to being hot. Uh, your mosquito count, of course, is high. All the mosquitoes are in my backyard and my front yard. Grass count, pollen count is high. Air quality is good. I'm not too happy with, I mean, I love the springtime and I love the fall. The summer, y'all can have it. It's too hot. It's the
You know,
heat.
I enjoy the heat, but
Yeah,
it do
you
get
do.
real hot. It get hot
Yeah.
here.
The heat, turn 50, turn 55. Outdoor heat and hot flashes. Must I say more? I know there are plenty of women who
Cause I
understand.
know you be hot.
Yes, you do. You know firsthand how hot I.
Yes.
Yes, you experienced that over the weekend.
Girl,
We
what's
had a
happening?
bat. Yes, we had a battle over the AC when Miss Morningstar and I went to DC because we decided to share a room. You know, we're sisters, so it's fine.
Yeah, of course.
But this one right here decides that she wants to turn the heat up, because you know, if you don't have the AC down to at least 70, it's hot.
You put it to 68, sis.
I did
I
not.
was in there polar bear weather, like,
I did not put it to
oh.
68. I can't.
I adapted and survived.
Yes. I mean, what? It's either you bundle up or I'm taking something
But
off.
she
Which
was
one you
like,
want?
I'm hot.
I'm hot. You know, middle of the night, I can't breathe, my nose stomped up, and you know, I'm
It's a
walking
mess.
around.
I understand. I sympathize. I'll be there. I'll be hot too. I do have a smidge of hot flashes, but I ain't the oven hasn't been turned all the way up yet.
You don't even understand what a hot flash is yet.
When that oven turn up,
You know, I've gotten better. I thank you. You know, it's gotten better for me because there was a time where I was living it straight up on broil. You know, it
ooh,
didn't matter. You know, Costco has the very best refrigeration system. I would go into Costco and the people knew what I was doing. I would
I
go
know what you're
3, 4
talking
times.
about, and it's free.
I,
It felt like the
baby,
Antarctica.
I would walk in there and I would see other women in there my age, and we would just be walking around in the freezer and the
While everybody else in there freezing with snow on their nose, and y'all just like, what's wrong with
what's
y'all?
wrong with y'all? It feels good in here. Can y'all turn it down
uh-uh.
a little bit? You know, I enjoyed it. Costco is my best friend when it did that. When the hot flashes really jumped on me on my neck and had me in a chokehold, me and Costco became real good friends. It took my all my money too, but still, you know, it's
I
precious.
can dig it.
Yeah, because you walk into Costco, it's always something that you want and need. Hey, folks in the chat, we see you
Hey
guys.
y'all, okay.
Hey, Priscilla. Hey, powerful black woman in Melbo.
Butt naked hot. Okay, powerful
But
black woman. Now
what
don't you let me catch you in no Costco butt naked hot. Okay.
I mean, if it gets hot enough, y'all don't understand. A lot of people don't get it because they are not experiencing hot flashes just yet. But when you experience it,
Yeah.
I don't know why they call it hot flashes because it ain't a
I
flash.
have been getting the sweats at night, which I never really got bored. I wake up in the cold, so I'm like, why am I so freaking hot or whatever? But it ain't went into, like I said, full blast where it's during the day. Because in the daytime, I'm freezing.
Keep living. That's
I'm
all.
gonna keep living. I'm
Keep
gonna
living.
take that advice. Keep
Yeah.
living.
And when you get to be my age,
Say
baby,
it's
say
coming.
this, it's coming. And just hold on because it's not going
Hold
to.
on. I'm gonna remember these conversations. I'm gonna be like, doggone it.
Yeah, you're going to call me and I'm be like, oh, honey,
Go
okay.
get you a fan, huh?
I know you do feel me, Kim Kins. I know you feel me, because the hot flashes. Let me just say this, and then we can move on. You ever just been sitting and just broke out into a sweat, a full sweat? No, that is a hot flash. When you feel like your entire body is on fire, like somebody lit.
That is insanity, okay?
It is insanity.
That make you want to fight somebody.
It does. If
Yeah.
anybody touches you, if anybody get too close, I can't breathe. You know,
Oh,
it's
Kim Kenzie, I'm sorry, sweetie. Go cool off. Get you a
yes,
fan. She
get
said
you a
right now what's
fan.
going on.
Yes, you know, it jumps on you, and it jumps on you in the most
But y'all think
inconvenient.
that's little Lucifer?
Yeah, you know what it is. If you have if you have alcohol, it exacerbates it. If you
I
have
can imagine.
chocolate,
Certain things
um,
will kick it up.
kick it up a notch. If you get if you're angry, oh my goodness, it's like, and heaven forbid. Okay, and we're getting a little personal, but heaven forbid you have on a wig. Baby, you ever seen
I
somebody
didn't say
take it
people
all
snatch
off?
them off in the car, like.
Okay, because it's no joke. But all right, we're gonna get off the hot flashes. But
All
I
right.
know every woman who's a certain age and that he can hear my voice understands exactly what I'm saying.
I get it,
Yeah,
my sisters. I see y'all.
yes.
I see
Just
all y'all in the chat.
just keep living, sweetheart. It's coming, and I don't wish it on anybody, but it's coming. Um, So let's hop into news you can use. You go ahead and start this time. I had
Okay. Well, let's see. Target. Did y'all hear about Target?
Yeah, I heard something.
So misses earning expectations as tariffs, DEI woes continue. Womp, womp, womp. Poor Target. You decided to jump on the bandwagon and remove DEI when you had all those Black entrepreneurs in your store, and you decided you were going to do something that was not so smart
Not smart at
and
all.
jump on the bandwagon and, roll with old rump a dope rump. And yeah, you are severely paying for those mistakes. And then he went on and he put a target on your back.
Target.
He put tariffs on your back. Now the earnings are down. Expectations are so low, and this man is so disappointing. And I say congratulations. You're gonna learn today.
You're going to learn the hard way, boo-boo.
I don't have no empathy, no type of sympathy, no nothing. When you jump on bandwagons and you do something against your own interest of your company, knowing that it could possibly hurt you because of evil dictatorship and because of racism, then that's on you, Target.
Well,
May you continue to have the money financial problems you are having.
yeah, you deserve it.
Amen.
Some
Yes,
people
you
just
do.
deserve it. And it's to my understanding that two of the females, one of them, don't quote me on this, but one of them, two of the executives were
Mm-hmm.
let go.
Oh, well.
Oh, well.
I mean, hey, pull up your bootstraps. Try to try to recover. I don't know. We ain't coming back, but go ahead and figure it out.
Last I heard, you get what you get and you don't have a fit.
Yeah. So
That's what you wanted, you know. You wanted this. You said, oh, Trump's in office. We're DEI, we're gonna roll all
we're
that back.
gonna do that because the powerful man, the man with the dead hand, and he got power. And you
And he
thought
never walked into a Target a day in his life yet, bitch.
never walked into one. He is not you. He don't. Some of these people who are choosing to think that they are of his caliber. Making really dumb decisions.
Very dumb decisions, and that's what they get. You
It is.
get and you don't have a fit.
So I say, moving on.
Huh?
Next up. So the Justice Department is really the Decepticon Department. Let me call them
Yeah,
Decepticon
let's
Justice Department of
Decepticon.
Investigation. That's the DOJ, aka Decepticons. They're not really DOJ people. These are infiltrators, imposters that have came over and influenced our government and pretty much taken over in so many words. These are the words of Morningstar. I feel that this is what's happening within our government. So they are now launching an investigation towards the mayor of Chicago for hiring practices after the mayor trouts Black hires.
Let me tell you something about these people, these Decepticons. They're looking for any and everything because they're upset because Black people aren't paying them any attention. We still not marching. We're
We're
still
not. We're
we're still
not.
gonna hold our dollars. We're not going to buy into your propaganda. That's what's wrong. They anticipated, so they had a whole
Oh,
play.
Melba, we gonna get into that. I see. We gonna
Yeah,
get into that, Melba. Don't, good baby. We ain't gonna leave that out. Um,
they had a whole playbook on what they anticipated us to do. They
mm-hmm.
didn't anticipate us to say, you know what, we ain't doing nothing. They
Yeah.
didn't anticipate us to say, stand down. Because
No,
over years, we've always fought and marched. Now we're going to fight.
they don't understand the fight we doing now,
Yeah,
though.
the
They can't
fight we're going
understand it.
now is financial. You can't get our money. You can't get our money like that. No, we're not going to Target. No, we're not going to any establishment that decides that you want to be a bigot and side with the man with the dead hand.
Yeah, we
No,
ain't doing it. Let me get into a little bit about what this guy, why they coming after this
go
man.
right ahead.
So he the Decepticon, aka the Department of Justice, opened a civil rights investigation that just made me laugh because he's a whole black man. Civil rights investigation. Practices of the city of Chicago. So a social media post. See, they live off social media, y'all. So social media posts showed that Mayor Brandon Johnson spoke at a Chicago church to outline his vision for the remainder of his term. During his speech, Johnson praised the number of Black people in top positions within his administration, as he should. Why not?
As they should.
Why not? It's hard for us to get these positions. If we get a top leadership position in the government or any type of like high of a, listen, this is why we always, and I don't know if the radio station knows this or our listening audience, we say we're not racist because racism is a system.
Yeah.
And we're not built in within the system. We might have, some people may be prejudiced. Yes, absolutely. But racism is a system that is built for a certain group of people within the system where they pose power, they hold power. We don't hold that kind of power. So why is it wrong for him to celebrate his fellow brothers and sisters earning
It's not.
earning
What's wrong with that?
those positions? Well, the Decepticons felt it was, discrimination. They're gonna launch an investigation.
Go to the South Side.
It ain't gonna go nowhere.
Tell the Decepticons I said personally, go to the South Side of Chicago.
Please go to the South Side.
See how that works out.
Go talk to the brothers on the street.
Go talk to the brothers on the street.
Go holler at them.
Go holler at them. We dare you. Since you want to, make a fuss, go talk to the brothers on the South Side of Chicago. I'm quite sure they would love to have a word. Let's go take a quick break and we can finish.
Okay, let's go.
You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs, customize that cutting board, get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciate it. God bless.
Welcome to Morning Star Boutique, where the sun is shining and the style is all about you, your beauty, confidence, and individuality. Whether that's your perfect summer dress, a chic jumpsuit, or outfit you didn't know you needed, we've got you. Stop by ourplugs.com and check us out. We'll see you soon.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We were just discussing the DOJ Doge boys, the Doge children going after the mayor.
No, the DOJ. The DOJ.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then I was right. The DOJ.
You're right. The Department of Justice. Right.
Is it Cash Patel? No, that's
no. It's Pam. Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, Pam.
Her team.
Pam.
And the thing here, it's just it's very blunt what they're doing. So we are just going to let them have because it's like petulant children throwing a temper tantrum, because how dare you talk about and celebrate your people's accomplishments? How many years have they been on the top stage?
Yeah, they can't stand
over 400
to see Black people do anything. That's why we couldn't live in peace when we had Black Wall Street, our own our own cities, and we were doing just fine. And then they wanted to segregate. Let me stop. Let me
They
go.
burn them up.
Yeah.
One more story, then I'm gonna pass it to you. And
Yes,
this is a
ma'am.
good one. This is about my Mississippi people. Listen here, we got
Oh,
another phenomenal black student from Mississippi accepted into 50 universities and awarded over 10 million in scholarships, honey.
jeez.
Woo! I need
Now that's how you do that.
I know his mother is ecstatic and his father. Wow, what an amazing young man. Jamie Anderson, an African American high school senior from Forest Hill High School in Jackson, Mississippi, has made national headlines, earning more than 10 million in college scholarships and offers from 50 universities across the country.
He can go wherever he wants to go.
What? Paid for full.
That's how you do it. That is beautiful. Congratulations, young man.
Amazing work.
Don't make
so
us
proud of you.
Your aunties over here, we're super proud of you, baby. That's how you do it. I'm so proud of him.
We all family. We
yes,
together,
we family.
y'all. Remember Reddy said what?
We're together.
We together. So you got aunties in Houston and all around this world that is super proud of you, young man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pass that message to Mississippi.
Yes,
I know y'all heard about it.
Yes, please pass the message. His big aunties in H-Town are super proud. Super proud.
Absolutely.
So let's get into mine. So the Pentagon accepted a $400 million claim. The level of corruption and crime that these people are doing is just ridiculous. I don't even expect them to do anything honest this entire 4 years. I don't think that I expect for Fat Nixon to crime as much as he can. I expect them to misspeak words and not know that there's only 4 stages of cancer and not 5 or 9. I expect that from them. I expect them to be the dumbest box of rocks in the garden ever. You are going to accept a $400 million claim. Well, karma, have your way. Have your way, have your way.
My question, DJ, is did it go through Congress? Because the Pentagon, last I checked, the Pentagon ain't Congress. They don't hold any branches of government.
They don't.
They don't hold the power of the purse.
They don't. Congress does. Well, Congress is supposed to, but now that Frumpy does,
so we skipping. Messing with the Constitution.
He didn't put his hand on the Bible and swear an oath to the Constitution. He did not. That's why he keeps saying, "I don't know. I got to check with my attorneys." You don't know if you're gonna hold the Constitution. You got to check with your attorneys. Then why are you trying to be a president if you don't know? So,
we skipping all the way over. Okay.
Exactly. Then Frumpy, the man with the dead hand, he put another Oval Office shim with the South African president. And now I want to say his name. And I think it's pronounced Ramaphosa. I hope I'm saying that right. If not, charge it to my head and not my heart. But he decided to ambush him and tell him that, white folks are getting genocide over there. If y'all don't stop with this.
Why do y'all want to be oppressed?
So bad.
It ain't really a good feeling to be always never alone. We're never alone. Even when we're by ourselves, we're never alone.
Never alone.
Somebody always doing this in our peripheral. We can feel it. We see it. We're never alone.
I would like to be alone, left alone, especially, even going out to lunch, we're never alone. Never. Going to the mailbox, we're never alone.
We ain't alone.
I don't understand what's the well, I do know what's the draw. You want to touch.
We're exotic. I
we're
know.
Magic.
Beautiful.
And you want to touch. I had to do that over the weekend. Stop touching me.
I saw
It
you.
was, yeah, over the weekend. Look, little girl, don't touch me.
Stop.
Stop touching me. You know, I
You- Trump put on such a show. He put a clinic on, y'all. That's if you know anything about basketball. If somebody put a clinic on, I mean they just do it all. They go all out for what they're doing on their sport. His sport is TV. His sport is nonfiction. He does not. He has no sense of reality. He
none.
thinks that this is all facade. This is all our lives are part of a game. It's make believe.
Yeah,
So he had a slideshow for the president. A propaganda, y'all. A propaganda.
a slide.
Fake, debunked already news trying to accuse this president, this respected African black man president, of genocide towards white African,
So
the
bad.
people who came in and colonized their land and
There you
took
go.
their land.
The people who came in and colonized their land. Cut it out. Just cut it out. I really want to. You think they'll let us in the White House so we can ask them some questions?
We need an
Or
interview.
do you think that they would just
Well,
snap?
honey, if I'm gonna go to jail because if you touch me,
It's a reflex. It's natural. You can't. Don't touch me. Because I feel like people have the ick worms. Cooties.
it
But
was
anywho,
embarrassing,
it's
y'all.
very
It's
embarrassing.
it's sad that this is what we are. What is this? Day 150? What? I don't know.
150,000 days.
I'm so
That's how I feel.
really
I feel like
tired.
150,000 days at this point. And it's just not going to get any better. Not with him. As the days go on and he gets older, the dementia,
It gets worse.
it gets worse, so we shall see. One of these days, somebody going to go up in that Oval Office and tell him to shut up, shut it up. Oh, wait, hold on. A 4-year-old already did that.
Sure did.
Shut your mouth. You're not the
Shut your
president.
mouth.
Shut your
Yeah.
mouth. So, anywho, my last one is y'all do know that big, beautiful bill that they've been talking about, the big, beautiful bill that they're trying to pass, cuts Medicare. I'm sorry, Medicaid. Cuts SNAP benefits. We have been warning you guys. We have been talking. We have been telling folks before this despicable administration got in office that this was going to happen. And lo and behold, surprise, surprise, here we are. They passed it. Now that it's got to go, go through the channels, but hopefully there will be at least 5 or 6 Republicans with some sort of an ounce of a soul that don't want to see their people, their constituents starve to death and unalive due to not having medical insurance and care. And because it's more than just going to the doctor. Medicaid pays for diapers and wheelchairs, and it pays for a person to continue to live. That nurse that comes over and helps your grandparents, and it pays for that.
Right.
And you're looking at 14 million people on Medicaid. And what do they want to do? They want to strip it away. But they want to make sure that Fat Nixon has a birthday parade and that he can go golfing and that he can go to NASCAR and he can go to the Super Bowl. Wasteful spending. That's all I got. Wasteful spending.
I'm telling y'all, this is whew,
It's a sad state that America
it's
is
all
in.
true. This is what's going on.
And our mainstream media, they may talk about it, but the people that own their networks, they can't really talk about it because those people that own their networks actually gave money to the man with the dead hand. They have no problems with, giving the man with the dead hand their money so that they can stay in the mix and keep their hands and their pockets full.
Right.
Even Mike Johnson, doesn't he look like the Keebler elf? Anywho, even Mike Johnson, this is another one. He said that, it's okay for people to, in Congress, to be able to do stocks, it's all a grift. All of it's a grift. All of it is a money grab. And you know what I'm going to always ask, where is the money, LaShandra?
Where's the money?
Where's the money? Where is the money, y'all? Somebody call LaShandra and get LaShandra on the phone. Where is the money?
Y'all look it up yet? I told you,
$500
find what she's
billion.
talking about. You got to go on TikTok or YouTube or something.
Where is the money, LaShandra? That's what I'm going to call Frumpy from now on, LaShandra. LaShandra. Who is that? The president. His name is LaShandra. Because he can't tell me where the money is at.
The president, I got to give it to the president of South Africa. He kept his composure, but he absolutely wasn't having it. He said, you listen to this? All lies. All lies.
And then looked at him like, dude, why am I even here?
Like, who? What? Just an idiot, y'all.
Y'all, for real. I mean,
okay, Rose, we're gonna have to get it to you. We're gonna have to have Kitty forward it to you.
I just don't understand how he thought that it was a good idea to come for this black man in the Oval Office. I'm sorry, South African man in the Oval Office, and think that South African man wasn't gonna have a comeback, because that's all we are notorious for comebacks. It's either we have a comeback or we get quiet, and y'all don't want us to get quiet, because when we get quiet, we're thinking about how much time will I have to spend in handcuffs.
Okay, because we trying to come up with quiet is dangerous. So, we trying to put together thoughts in our head of how we gonna get away with this.
Yeah. So I tip my hat to the South African president, because he's better than me. That's why I would never be president. Because my temperament would be like, what is you talking about? If y'all don't get this person up out of here, Frumpy could not talk to me. Because the first thing I'm going to say is, LaShandra, where is the money? Yep. You done stole
security.
Security. You done stole all of our money. Like, seriously, I joke, I laugh, but where is the money? All these people that you have fired, all these, you done gutted the farmers, you done gutted. Where's the money? Where's the FEMA money? We have had tornadoes rip up through 7 states over the last, 2 weeks. It's hurricane season in Houston, and they're saying that the states are supposed to take care of it. All right, newsflash. Blue states carry red states. Red states don't have enough money to take care of losses like this. They'll take care of the infrastructure, but your homes, your property that's damaged, you better hope and pray that you have insurance. And even with insurance, you still got to wait.
Yeah.
So if you got your house demolished and everything's gone, and your town is levied, I mean, not levied, but leveled.
Yeah.
Because that happened in Kansas one year, where the tornado came through and just wiped out the town. FEMA showed up. Those people were able to eat the next day, and we did donations. Now they're like, we have cleared out FEMA, and good luck to you.
That part right there, people are waiting, and I mean, you even got his own, his own Decepticons asking him, begging him for money, and then
Josh Hawley
one of his
was
Decepticons,
he was
Josh
running
Hawley,
through the halls of Congress when J6 he was running, he was hauling behind.
booking, honey.
Knees to chest, chest to knees, he was gone. Elbows in, elbows tucked. He was he was running. His feet, his pants were high water. It was so funny to see. But yet, here we are. So I don't know.
Hey, it is what it's gonna be.
It is. It is what it's gonna be. All I can say is let's try and make the best of things.
Let's band together, guys.
Band together, get start your gardens like we've been telling folks. Start your gardens. I'm actually doing getting my dirt delivered this weekend, and now that I have time, and doing my garden this weekend.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah,
good. You came over. You saw what we was doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're making great strides in the garden.
He is. He getting in his hands and feet into. I don't do all that dirt stuff. I let him go ahead.
I love it.
I know. Yes, y'all. But I support. Okay.
We appreciate the support. We appreciate the support. T Wiz put in the comments that FEMA hasn't shown up to St. Louis. T Wiz, I hate to tell you, sweetheart, and tell a friend to tell a friend. FEMA's not coming. There's no gas. There's no gas in the trucks. There's no nothing. LaShandra then took all the money.
I said that's why I was saying yesterday on yesterday's show, T Wiz, if you could find out if there's any organizations that's maybe banding together, the Democrats or independents that support each other and not this administration, to try to help some of these people who might need help or whatever, let us know.
Let us know. That's the best thing to do.
We got to organize. We have to organize.
It's the only way it's going to work. Is if we organize and stay organizing and stay connected. Yep. Because our people won't suffer. Our ancestors, they have made a way. They're still even making a way because, as far as I know, some plantations caught on fire.
Oh, I heard about that, y'all. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. It's a fire.
It's a fire.
Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Smelled like s'mores. Let's go ahead and get into some celebrity gossip tonight. I'm excited about this. Go ahead.
Got our friend in here.
I said what I said on up.
All right. Hold on. Let's see if I can bring you in.
Right to make that decision all his own. So he could
Hello, ladies. How y'all doing today?
Doing well. How about
How
yourself?
you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
I hear your background. Can you turn down a little bit?
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that is too cute. Now, what is this emoji? Is this an A?
It's an AI emoji.
Okay, I see you. She looking around like.
Wait, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me launch it so my mouth can move when I forgot to turn the app on. So give me 1 second. So yeah,
see how
because
technology is doing.
My mouth is not moving right now. So hold on 1 moment. Let me bring that up and enable this camera. Okay, so now my mouth should be moving.
It
my
is.
Goodness.
All right then. So hey, ladies.
Hey.
Well, y'all know I'm always into something now. You know how I do it. It's what
it's doing the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, it's doing the Harlem Shake. I think I got 2 desktops up. Hold on a sec here.
Yeah, she's shaking it out, baby.
Why she doing that?
I don't know, child.
Let me mention something. I said what I said. Hold on 1 second. So we talking about the fire. Uh-huh. There was this conspiracy thing because I see what Melba put in. Annabella was there. The doll, Annabella. So that's a real story. They say they say it was a possessed doll, and so during the time of the fire, that doll was in Louisiana, and so some of the people were throwing holy water on it, and this is the story I was getting from my husband. He had read about it, and they said that They think Annabelle is responsible. Annabelle might have a connection to the ancestors. I don't know, but
that's what I heard. Now,
to the people, Annabelle, you did what you had to do. And then I heard she was on her way to to Texas, I think, to San Antonio to take care of some business.
Handle your business, girl.
Well, when's she gonna make it up to Washington?
Okay.
Pennsylvania Avenue. I'm waiting on that one.
1500 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Well, when I set this avatar up, of course, I had some assistance, but when we set it up, my hands was moving up and down, and I was like, I feel like Megan. Megan was like Annabelle. Megan was mean too.
That doll, yeah.
Yeah, that doll, Megan. Yes, that's who I felt like at first when we first set it up. But we kind of tweaked it a little bit so that I won't be doing so much moving around when I'm speaking. Because when your voice goes up, it animates it. It makes it go higher. The higher your voice is, the more excited you get, the more your body moves around. Yeah,
animations.
So I thought this was kind of cute to do. Versus getting on camera like you guys, so I don't have to worry about no weeds and fixing my lipstick, and I ain't got to comb my hair, none of that.
We're gonna let you slide this time, sister. Period. Yeah, we're gonna let you slide though. But you have blessed us because every time you come through with the celebrity gossip. Miss Morningstar and I, we typically stick to news you can use, the breaking news. So it's always nice to hear what's going on the other end and not be so serious, because after listening and having to discuss and talk about what frumpy dumb man with the dead hand does every day, it tends to wear you out. So I want some mindless entertainment. So what do you have, sis? What do you have?
Well, I don't know how great this entertainment news is going to be, but we got the Diddy trial going on right now.
Oof, girl.
And boy, is it a trial. It appears like one day the prosecution is winning, then the next day the defense is winning. So to look like today, the defense was winning today. It's like whenever they bring a witness in,
What happened today to say that the defense is winning?
Well, the witness that they had today was this guy. I think they was calling him Prince or somebody like that. They wasn't giving his real name, right?
Okay.
And so he was like a paid worker for them.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's testifying to is that Cassie actually set up all the freak offs. She paid the money. They showed text messages where him and her were corresponding to each other. And he's kind of testified to the fact that she actually set everything up. She actually paid the money, except for one time when Puffy got excited. He actually gave some money and said that he liked this But also, he was, you know how the lawyers are. So the the defense was asking him, were any one of them intoxicated or, under the influence of drugs or what have you. And the guy testified to no. So when the prosecution came in and redirected him, it comes to find out he's never did any pharmaceuticals or drink or anything, so he wouldn't know if somebody was under the influence or not. And I'm like, okay.
Here's my thing about that, though. I said what I said. They are bringing up the Cassie and what he did with her, and they're setting the stage on the things that he did. But what I've read is he is facing racketeering charges, and what they found in his home when they, did that knock, open up, was ammunition and weapons and ammunition. Now the weapons,
drugs,
didn't have, and of course in that, but I'm just going to specifically look at the weapons, because that is the hugs and the narcotics is a serious charge, but those weapons charges and the serial numbers were taken off.
Yeah, they were scraped off.
Is what's going to get him in a world of trouble, because you can't do that. And those are federal charges.
Yeah,
Now,
they have to be registered.
And
they
I
have,
would say this to, him, the witness today, saying, she already said that she was the organizer. She,
she
she
already
felt
said
like it was a job.
it was her job.
She felt like she had to because of her abuse that she was receiving. So she was forced to do this. She was
Uh,
forced to be the person and fake like she was excited about, she mentioned all of this. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, the fence, where y'all going with it? Are y'all trying to paint a picture? And she,
Trying to
well,
blame
I
her.
don't know. She might be caught up in the racketeering. It's not like she is, like she part of
She
it,
might be,
you know?
but
and
so is
where
the
she then
person
where
who
did she get the
supplied the,
money?
huh? Well,
Where did she get the money? Because she
she
didn't have a
didn't have
job.
any money.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break and we'll come right back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7. The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
And I'd like for you to do one more thing for me. Hold up 2 fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model.
Let's be real. Being a woman means juggling everything: careers, families, goals, and somehow our health ends up last on the list. But what if your wellness came first? At Nutrition You Design, we believe healthy living shouldn't be complicated. From custom meal plans to one-on-one coaching and specialized lab testing, we're here to help you fuel your body and feel amazing every day. It's not about dieting, it's about thriving. It's about energy, balance, confidence, you. So if you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and in control of your nutrition, let's do this together. Contact Nutrition You Design today and design a healthier you.
Opalmay Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opalmay Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational, strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Today we're talking about gossip in the city, and we have our good girlfriend, I Said What I Said, to come and break it on down for us. Okay, so today we're talking about Diddy and getting into trial day number, what is this, 5, 6 of this trial?
8.
And day 8, wow.
Yeah, day 8 of it.
So yeah, they were talking about the weapons, and then, even if they were trying to put the blame, or, trying to insinuate that Cassie had more to do with it, you made a valuable point. Where did she get the money from? She didn't have a job. So what else was said at trial? I said what I said.
Well, like I said, they were just really honing in on that portion of it. That's basically the gist of what he was saying, and they were asking all of those questions about, who paid for the travel, who reached out to him, who paid him when he got there. And he said a couple of times when he did come, nothing was going on. He did specify that Puffy was there. A couple of times he said that Puffy was there, and he didn't participate in any things when things did happen, but he was there, and he was there as a warrior, I guess, per se. And that, they just wanted to make sure that they tried to discredit Cassie But like you said, this case is not about Cassie. This case is about racketeering, trafficking, and about you crossing state lines, and you're crossing different not so much the state lines, and you're going out of the country, and you're hiring these people, you're hiring these escorts, and you're trafficking them out of the country, you're trafficking them out of the state. But it appears that they want to just focus it all on Cassie and trying to put the blame on her, as if she was the mastermind of all of this when she really had no power. And if you have Stockholm syndrome, and I hope the defense bring in some experts about that too, about the psychology portion of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because keep in mind, this child was 18 when he got her, 18 or 19.
19. Mm-hmm.
19 when he got her. So
Mm-hmm.
if you beat somebody into oblivion, and if you act like a pimp, because that's basically what he's been acting like, in my opinion.
Basically,
You're right. Basically,
you ain't lying. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and so you're beating her and making her, dance to your tune. Why wouldn't she do what you tell her to do? Why wouldn't she act like she's happy when she's with you? You can
she
see
has to.
She has to, because if she don't go along with the program, she already know what comes with that.
Right.
Exactly. I don't even see why the defense would even take this stance. If she doesn't go along with the program, we saw her get beat down, and
they have to see it in defense of the defense. They got to try every angle, because they know
reasonable doubt.
They know that he got all the strikes against him right now. I mean, because we all know when the feds come for you, they got all the evidence, So right now they're trying to find an angle around that racketeering, because those are the charges,
Good luck with that.
And it looked like he had an enterprise going on. And I mean, that's just me. And I ain't no lawyer. I ain't claiming to be, but I ain't stupid.
Yeah, it was an enterprise. Think about it. It was organized. It's not like all of a sudden, let me call and we're just going to plan this party. This went on for years, 10 years.
All that baby oil had to be organized, right?
My goodness, why are you getting all that baby oil? I've never seen that much baby oil. What are y'all doing? Are y'all bathing in the baby oil? Is it poured in?
I think they did sometime.
Well, they put it in a pool, he said.
They had it in the pool.
Yeah, and why would you do that? It kind of remind me of mud wrestlers,
Right.
Like, what is the infatuation with this baby oil?
Weird.
Because I was trying to figure out if they put some pharmaceuticals in it, but they said no, it was no pharmaceuticals inside the baby oil, because I thought that's what he was doing, putting some type of pharmaceutical in there and then rubbing it on people so it can go through your skin that way. But that wasn't the case.
And then they even had I read where she talked about the baby oil, there was like a time, like you had to put it on at least 9 minutes prior to, and it had to be glistening, and you had to keep it on, like keep applying it every 20 or 30 minutes. You had to keep applying it because he liked to see the glistening. So don't tell me this is a system. He was running a whole organization that included instructions on how to apply the baby oil.
And it's a crazy system. Like, why?
I'm just so stunned at some of the things that I have read and heard, and it's just disheartening. But
yeah,
I know that Usher's name has been brought up, and so has Neo's. No one's brought up Stevie J.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's coming. Because I read the original first indictment paperwork.
Whose names is on there, sis?
Well, I know Stevie J is definitely on that one. That was the first one. And pictures.
Oh, it's just so much. And then, okay, so another question. I know that they show pictures day before yesterday. They show pictures of poor Cassie, big gash in her head, just beat down. It's heartbreaking because it's senseless. we raise our kids, we have our kids, we raise our kids, we send our kids out into the world.
Her mama took those pictures too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby.
But what do you guys think about her mom paying him $20,000 to try to get her child back?
Ain't that sad?
That's sad.
Oh, and then
she didn't have the money to do that. She had
they
to put a lien out on her house.
Her and her husband took a lien out on the house.
Yes.
I would have called my cousin.
Here you got a millionaire. What was Diddy, a billionaire, a millionaire?
Almost a billionaire.
Almost a billionaire.
Yeah, he was almost a billionaire.
He's gonna be broke at the end of this. He's gonna be a brokenaire.
Going after this little family who got to take a lien out on their home and give you $20,000
for the money that he said he put up front.
Days later and give it back to them.
Yeah, but they still took the loan out, so that means they're not going to pay $20,000 back. They still have to pay back fees unless they gave it right back before. I would say
yes, I was
30 days. Before
30 days.
And did he? I know he gave it back within 5 days. But one thing about some cash and you get it like that, are you really going to give it all back so that you don't have to pay fees? But since you qualified to get it, what most people are going to do, they're going to spend that money because it's on hand, because they can find some other things to do with it, I'm sure. But the fact that they had to even come up with the funds, the fact that you made those people go through all of that and you still didn't give their daughter back to them.
The mental anguish that you put them through. It was that it's horrible. It's horrible.
And they know what their daughter is going through. Like you said, the mom took pictures of the bruises. So can you imagine just knowing that your child is, you don't ever know what day your child is not going to be here, because that's basically what it comes down to. In this type of relationship, you never know when this dude is going to go too far. Of course, you're thinking of the worst of the worst in your mind. She's afraid. She can't run. She can't hide. He had judges. He had the cop. He had a whole machine behind him.
Control over everything.
So he, it's the power against the powerless.
Yes.
So, can you imagine how our parents felt in that position?
I would call my cousin Pookie.
Me too. I would call all my cousin Pookie. I would call Pookie, Ray, John, Dre. I'll call all of them.
Every last one of them.
Peanut Nim.
And I'm going to call the crazy of the crazy cousins. I'm going to call the ones that I know that's crazy.
I'm calling the cousin we call crazy. That's his nickname, Crazy.
Right. His name is Crazy, and he don't care. And I'm going to make sure that they have what they need to go over there before they go and to be ready.
I'm gonna tell you, somebody needed to be dealt with. For real.
Dealt with.
Yeah.
Things he did to that young lady. And Priscilla in the comments, she said something. So he extorted them. That should be another charge.
Well,
it should be.
Well, she's asking what was the money for. The money was because he put up $20,000. Remember when she was making the band, and she wanted to be a singer, right?
No, that was that Cassie.
That wasn't Cassie.
That wasn't Cassie.
I thought that was Don.
That was Don.
That was Don.
The 20,000 was because her mom had took pictures of when she came home for Christmas. Her mom had took those pictures of the bruises on her body and said, "We gonna keep these as memorabilia or whatever." That wouldn't have been my mama. My mom would have been driving over there, but.
Right.
She took pictures and he found out because maybe Cassie told him my mom took pictures of me and all of my bruises. He was like, y'all got to give up the pictures.
Or I'm going to release this tape.
I'm going to release the freak off stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. For the
I'm going to ruin her.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's for.
I'm going to ruin her. So it was extortion. He did extort them.
My mama would have said, get in the car and get everybody. It would have been a boop, boop, let's go.
Yeah, because my whole family crazy. My whole family
it went down over here.
And it's really sad that he felt like he had the right, But we talked about this yesterday, that he grew up around the mindset that he could do whatever. His dad was best friends with The guy from American Gangster.
One of the gangsters. His father was a gangster.
Lucas.
So
Is his name Lucas?
Frank
Yeah,
Lucas.
Frank Lucas.
Frank
Frank
Lucas.
Lucas. Yeah.
He was best friends with him. So who knows what Diddy actually saw. But regardless of what you saw, did you see being a decent person? You have daughters.
Diddy is mentally messed up.
And
he
also,
is not.
And also, I heard he was. You know why he mental, because apparently downstairs is not what he wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, he got this thing for men as well. So hey, and that's clear. I mean, and I don't have nothing wrong. I mean, you be who you are. Be you. If that's
but don't
your
be
flavor,
disgusting.
Be you. But the disgusting things that he did to that child, to make his own fetishes come to life, his own nasty fetishes,
nasty.
But not only her though, he included a lot more. Everybody that came in his path, everybody that wanted to be a star.
He was a monster.
Yeah, he was a monster to them, and he extorted everybody that came. Well, now I won't say extorted, but exploded. He exploited everyone.
Exploited.
Yeah, and everyone that came in his path.
It's gonna be more coming out.
Yeah. I would like to see if Justin Bieber is gonna testify.
And I want to see if Jay-Z gonna be in this equation, because him and Jay-Z was really good friends, allegedly.
Well, Jay cut off his puppy early, and nobody knew why.
Mm-hmm.
He cut ties. They all from New York, so a lot of them. Think about it. It's a lot of New Yorkers that knew, like one New Yorker who ain't afraid to tell about. I ain't cool with that dude. 50 Cent.
50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent.
I read something about Justin Bieber though. He did make a statement. They said that he said nothing happened to him, but
I don't believe that.
I'll find.
I mean, Justin Bieber went through a period where
he was a kid.
He was a kid, but he went through a period where you saw him not okay.
Yes,
spiraling out.
Yeah, he was not okay. Now, Usher was a child as well.
Yes.
My thing is, y'all, we all have kids. I have kids. I'm not letting my child go with a grown-up. I don't give a doggone what you do.
I ain't chasing the bag like that. No,
I can go work. I'm not selling my kid.
No,
because that's basically what they did.
And remember, he gave Usher the nasty woman's disease. When he was a kid. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
The H disease. He gave him that a long time ago when Usher was a kid.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
It was a rumor. Yeah,
it was rumored that he did that to Usher. So,
and Usher had to pay a young lady, and that's not alleged. He had to pay a young lady for passing on the hurt to her as well.
Right.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah. So that's not alleged. So, it's just a bunch of debauchery. And, all my life, I've heard folks talk about Hollyweird and, don't go to Hollywood because, all kinds of things happen. And I would be like, people just be saying anything. Boy, was I wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I would never in a million years expect for he said bad boy for life.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And Death Row Records. So
I can only imagine what we don't know.
Yeah.
Well, what we do know, guys, think about all the people that's not here that was affiliated with him. Can we talk about fact?
Let's get into it.
Because it's so many different people that crossed his path that are no longer here.
That's true.
Either they crossed his path or they were affiliated with the music mogul that funded Diddy.
Diddy, yes.
Yeah, CD, the one that funded everybody. So if you crossed his path or if you cross Diddy's path, it's a lot of people And some of them even famous, like Prince and Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. I'm just inclined to believe. I just feel like all of this, and this is just my theory. I say what I said, theory, not nobody else's, and it's allegedly. But in my mind, all of this is together. All of this comes, to me, it all works together in my mind because all of these people are affiliated from the same persons.
I think that there were a lot of people who might have went to a freak off party or went to a party thinking it was a party.
A party.
Yeah.
And was like, surprise, surprise, and was like, yeah, I'm done. Because a lot of people, I remember back in the day, used to say stuff about Diddy.
Me too.
And they ain't fooled with him like that, know? And they ain't out him of what he was doing, which people should have outed him a long time ago.
But they were trying.
It could have saved a lot of people. But
a lot of people were trying to say it though, but nobody was listening.
See, and that's another
going
thing,
against the man with all the money. You
hear
he's got
people
all the money and all
whispering like they didn't want to fool with Diddy. A lot of people did not fool with Diddy. I remember
Denzel Washington went and said him and his wife left, and he said this is disgusting.
Yeah, they left the party. A lot of people left the parties early, so they didn't know. Like they were there during the daytime, but at night is when the
they ain't know it started at like the freaks come out at night.
That's when the baby oil party started. Let's put
what?
You remember that song?
Yeah, when the baby oil portion started, then that's when a lot of the other people left before it all started, and before the real party got to going on. But even Terrence Howard was just talking about him on a clip the other day about the things that was going on there and how Puffy kept inviting him to his house. He said he played like he wanted to do acting lessons, and he said he went twice and nothing happened. And Puffy was just there looking at him. So he said then the third time he said he wanted to do music. He went there to give him a music lesson because Terrence Howard plays the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And so nothing ever happened. So he said by the fourth time, Puffy asked him again. He was like, man, I'm not going back over there because, nothing is going on. And I think something nefarious, he's trying to do something nefarious. And somebody finally told him what the real goal was. And he was like, no, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. And so
I read that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Cat Williams the same way. He said Puffy kept tapping his shoulder and he was like, Puffy want to party and I ain't down with that type of party.
Okay, Cat Williams said it.
No, Cat gonna tell it.
Cat gonna tell it all.
Right.
It's something about them cats. We gonna say it.
Ooh-wee.
Okay? We gonna set it off.
Y'all gonna set it off, Cat?
We gonna say it all and we gonna set it off. Because baby, I don't know what, girl, Diddy could never.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you acting like this because you short-sighted. Baby, please. I've been in her Diddy's feelings.
Well,
it would have been, me and my cousins, we would have whooped anywho. I'm glad that
it's just like Agent Orange, he got it seemed like the people that's not,
well endowed.
The moral of the story is people when all that kind of money sometimes the power is what they think they hold. Well, they do.
They have to hold it. They have to do the power because they have nothing else. They have nothing else to use. They have nothing else to use.
That's it.
Yeah, got to pay to play.
You're right.
It's
we gotta keep up on these because I missed some of the court trial. I try to keep up, but it's so much going on. I'm glad you here.
Yes,
I said what I said to get us kind of caught up because I've been missing out these last couple of days, knowing exactly what's going on in these trials.
What did her mom say outside of telling everybody that she had to pay $20,000 for her child because she was in bed with a sick person? How did her mom say that she was upset or anything? Because baby, they would have had to put a bailiff in between me and Diddy.
Well, she basically said she felt powerless, and I can imagine so. Even though I'm like, let me just explain something to you guys. I'm watching it, but not like that because. It's so much.
Yeah.
And I'm a very empathetic person, right?
Yeah.
And so I talk hard, but I still have a real soft heart when it comes
We
to
all
people
do.
in trauma. And I can't take too much of what he's done to her.
Yeah.
So I just kind of get a brief synopsis, a brief synopsis of it, and try to get the good portions of it. But I'm not watching it like that, listening to it from word because I can't take it
It's
because
too much.
yeah, it makes me
Yeah.
really it makes me want to go retaliate, and I know I can't do anything,
Exactly. And it's very
and
triggering for
It
anybody
is
who has
triggering.
ever
yes,
gone
It
through any
is.
type of abuse. It's extremely triggering because heaven forbid, this child, she was a child.
yes. And I have children. I've never went through abuse like that, but I do have children, and it makes me think about my daughter. It makes me think
Baby.
about my granddaughter because they could easily be in that place trying to, what do you call it? Trying to chase fame and fortune.
Trying to and
Yeah.
get manipulated. It's
Yeah,
it's so it's such a slippery slope that it's so
yeah,
easy to get caught up in that
exactly.
web and
I
then
mean,
can't find your way out because now you didn't agree to something one
And
time thinking maybe I just
right.
agree,
do it
now,
one time and I'll be
and now,
okay.
ma'am.
And we know how those type of people operate. They start out nice
Yeah.
Yes.
and
And
then
loving.
They it's
loving and
called grooming you.
caring. Yeah, they start out grooming you, and then when you find out who the wizard really is, it's a whole different ball game. So, and just not even people in power. Your children can get caught up with just somebody on the streets.
Yeah.
That's very manipulative, and
Yes.
so I'm like I said, I'm watching it, but I'm not watching it.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to take the hard parts. When it start getting hard, I promise you, I turn the TV
I
off.
mean, I'm quite sure
Yeah, I
everybody
can't watch
does
it all.
because there's only so much anybody can take. And the thought, baby, when Cassie went on trial and she first started talking, I needed a minute to even
Right,
process
I mean,
right.
what
and
she was
she
saying.
8 months pregnant up there trying to relive this I
Yeah,
felt like this too much. She
and she
putting
didn't have
stress
no
on her
choice,
baby. I'm like, mm-mm.
and she didn't have
Yeah,
a choice
she
either.
didn't have a choice.
That's the whole thing about it, and that's what makes me so mad at the public. They're making, like I said, they're making this about her. Well, why is she testifying? She already got her money. But she didn't have a choice. If the government say come and testify,
That's what you
you
got.
have to go testify. You don't have no choice.
I really wish our people would understand. Yeah, you may idolize this man. Oh, he's got money, money, money. But step into Cassie's shoes. If that were you, if that were your daughter, if that were your granddaughter, if that were your cousin, if it were your family member, how would you feel knowing that this dirty person who had all the money in the world to do something good, but chose to do this? Do you know how many communities he could have helped with his money instead of paying people of the night, streetwalkers, whatever, to come,
Escorts.
so
Yeah.
the escorts for him to get off? Instead, he used that money to be the most vile person I thought R. Kelly was bad.
Right.
The-
He used that money to manipulate into stronghold and to have power over people, and you know to live in his fantasy world. Basically, what it is.
Sick.
He wanted everybody in his fantasy. Because to me, the things that he's done and the way that he was operating, this is what sick people think in their minds. They
You're
don't
right.
actually act it out.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't expect them to actually act it out. And then here we are, 2025, listen to the worst that we've heard.
The worst.
Epstein would have been horrible to go to trial, but he got Epstein out. But now we have this horrible trial that the whole world is witnessing and listening to. And of course, it puts a bad light on our community because it's
Hmm.
our community. But
Yes.
people need to understand this isn't normal for us either.
Please don't judge us that way.
Please.
Let me ask you this one last thing because I know we're getting ready to wrap it up. So Suge Knight said that he feel like Agent Orange is going to pardon him if he have to go to jail. But I did a short on it, and he was talking. He was being interviewed, and he was saying that he felt like that Puff may get off, and if he doesn't get off, he may get pardoned. What do you guys think about that? Do you think Agent Orange is gonna pardon him because they do know each other and they have been around each other?
I doubt it. If he pardons him, it's gonna piss his base off. But his base is already pissed off, so I don't know. If Puff pays enough,
ain't no telling when you're dealing with a man with dementia. I mean,
okay.
Look what he's doing to the whole United States.
He may, you know. So, but if he does get off, Diddy does have to. He got to face the rest of us, and baby, it ain't gonna be.
Diddy got to get. I don't know where he gonna go that safe.
Not here. I said what I said. Thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate you. We're gonna need you to come back and give us an update. You know, maybe next week or the week after. Give us an update, please.
Yeah, I'll stay updated on it, DJ Kitty. But like I said, I'm not gonna have too many gruesome details, but I will have a brief summary of it.
Yeah, so a brief summary is all we need. We don't need the gruesome details. We want to thank you so much, WKRA 92.7 The Change, and our listeners and our YouTube listeners. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Have a wonderful day. We will see you guys tomorrow.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Thank you for having me
so much. Of course. Thank you for coming.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.